Hello students, welcome to the class. Today we are going to read lesson 2 from the poetry section of your class 10th English book. This is a poem named The Psalm of Life, which is composed by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, H.W. Longfellow. His full name is Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. He was a famous American poet. He worked as a teacher of modern languages at Harvard University. He made significant contribution to the American literary tradition. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow got admiration both at the national and international level. Let's come to the poem, The Psalm of Life. Here, psalm means a sacred song or a poetical composition which is sung in the praise or worship of God. As the title suggests, the Psalm of Life means the song of life, in which the poet has glorified life and its possibilities. The poet has presented life as a celebration. This poem carries a message of hope and encouragement. It is an invocation to the mankind to follow the path of righteousness, which is the right way of living. The poet has held an optimistic view of life. In this poem, he has described life in a very various way. This poem is didactic in tone and lyrical in nature. Let's start the poem. Students, now we will start reading the poem. You will have to enjoy the recitation and understand the meaning and thought of the poem. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Thus thou art, to dust returnest, is not spoken of the soul. Here, earnest means seriousness, grave means death, dust means sand or soil, and goal means aim. Let's know the meaning of this stanza line by line. Life is real, life is earnest. In this stanza, the poet refuses to accept that life is an empty dream. Instead, he says that life is real and true. It is not baseless or useless because it is seriousness. Life is earnest means life is seriousness. We should not take life in a light way. And the grave is not its goal. The poet says that life is not a slow march to the grave. We should not take death as the end of life. Thus thou art, to dust returnest. In this line, the poet says that our body is made of soil, dust, and after death, it mixes with the soil. But this line is not applicable to the soul because soul is immortal. It does not mixes into the soil, it remains after the death. Let's see some comprehensive questions. What is life and what is not its goal? Life is real and true. Death is not the goal of life. What is the main quality of the soul? The soul remains after the death and does not turn to dust as it is immortal. Here we will see the rhyme scheme of the poem. Rhyme scheme is AB, AB. It means the last word of the first line rhymes with the last word of third line. Alternatively, last word of the second line rhymes with the last word of fourth line. Yes. Next come to the next stanza. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined